The thing about wokeism is that it's never going to be enough. Science fiction being such a small community as it is, where the authors and publishers pretty much all know each other, they're all at Worldcon, they're all in SIFWA together. It's one big organizational group of trying to out-victim each other. And it's led to a whole subgenre of golf claps and convention panel speakings on African speculative fiction. Now, this is one of those who gets propped up every single year, gets every single award thrown at him because he's so diverse and inclusive. And his name's Wole Talabi, I guess. I don't know if I pronounced that right. If he watches this, you can tell me how to correct this in the description below. But he's mad now that, of course, he's being focused on for of course, his diversity, when that's the entire reason that he built his career. It's an entire grift based upon that. And there's a bunch of these out there now that are doing this, and it's all about trying to push this African futurism thing that really doesn't exist. But for some reason, the white people who are in walkers at Worldcon and the like love to give these people awards, even though generally nobody reads these books. Very interesting to look at. But he's complaining now, and he got into a little back and forth with someone, a white lady in SIFWA. It's always white ladies who are fighting for the woke, then fighting with the woke. It's really, really funny. And then it's a big complaint that things are not the way he wants. Oh my gosh. We'll get into it in just a moment. My name is John Delarose, everybody. I've been kicked out of Worldcon for not being woke enough. Of course, they had to pay me a handsome sum for my troubles on this. They should have just let me be. But they won't let us be in anything. It's always just shoving this stuff in our face all the time. It's always about identity politics. And I am fighting back against this. I hope you'll join us as we're building a better science fiction community, and we're going to fix a lot of these problems within science fiction fantasy publishing. Please join us. Hit the like and subscribe button here and join our community. We have a lot of great people involved. There's a great Discord we love to talk to. And here's some of my science fiction work. This is The Stars Entwined. It's part of a trilogy of the Aritian War. Grab the whole trilogy. You will love how this builds up. It pays off huge once you get into book 2 and book 3. And I do this. That's how I set things up. I love to set up a book 1 where it's kind of smaller in scope, and then it's snowballing, and then the characters really just go full bore as it goes along in this. So check this out. Very highly rated. People enjoy it, and it's in the description below. It's great space opera. All of it's available on print, ebook, and audio for your reading convenience. And thank you guys so much. We've had a huge month of sales, all because of readers like you. So yeah, this is Wole's deal. It's the Shigidi and the Brass Head of Abalufon, and of course he's winning every award with this. It's very the Hugo Awards got it, the World Fantasy Awards got it, the Namo Award. I don't even know what that is, but apparently he's won the Namo Awards so much he's recusing himself from other Namo Awards just to give other people a chance. And this is what happens. There's this serial award circuit that you're given just for being African or just for being transgender or whatever it is. That's what the Hugo Awards and all this have become at this point. It's really, really sad to watch. But again, these are just books that generally people were not reading. And so, they like to just virtue signal that. Who's publishing this one? What do we got here? We've got this DAW books here. So it's not Tor for once. Interesting on that front. So he's a serial award winner, and he gets invited to all these conventions and the like. And so this started. I love watching this on Blue Sky as the woke complain at each other in their little echo chamber here. And apparently, it's not enough. He's nominated for all these awards. He's flown in for all these conventions. Serial publishing deal forever. And he's mad about it because he says, okay, look, I appreciate the opportunity to be on any convention programming, but I really don't like being invited to only join Black or African or BIPOC panels and nothing else. I don't mind doing those panels as long as, and here's the caveat, I also get to do other more general panels on themes, crafts, trends, or other topics. At some point, it feels like tokenization. Well, yeah, I mean, you're literally here for tokenization. I don't know how you don't understand that. Your entire career is based on tokenization. It's based on the fact that you're about, what is this? The incomplete history of African SFF. This is your article on SIFWA. Since 2016, I've maintained a database on published science fiction works by African authors, the African Speculative Fiction Society. It's your entire grift, bro. I mean, you can't complain that they're giving you what you want. I mean, that's absolutely absurd. But this is what they do. It's always just about complaints. It's never enough. They never do well enough. It's an incomplete history of the African SFF. Here's all these works being published now. You can see how it picked up hard up until 2016 was about peak woke. And then it leveled off a little bit as like people realized it was not selling, right? Which countries produce a lot of Nigerian princes here in science fiction? Where'd that all come from? Interesting. Distribution of works produced by authors of identification compared to population. Country of identification compared to population and GDP for countries contributing 1% of work. Nigeria is just doing big here. I wonder what's going on in Nigeria. A lot of maybe that's where Wakanda actually exists. I don't know, but this is what's going on. And so he's mad about this. And here's another one. Goblin editor. I don't even know who this is. It's like the inevitable women in gaming panels that I always have to sit on. I do have real talents and skills. Do you though? Do you really? Here's E.D.E. Bell, the lady who was kicked off the Gen Con panel just recently. We just covered that a couple weeks ago. Go find the Gen Con video. It's great because she was apparently taking funds for herself, according to Gen Con, and pushing these like woke activists as like Gen Con's featured guests rather than actually anybody who would bring a draw to Gen Con. Gen Con got pissed about that. The best thing would be a super rich person straight out funding a convention and picking trusted people to run it. So they have this fantasy where like they don't need to like bring people and have a draw. They can just have a rich person fund them for not working, right? It's insane. Having been removed from 3 committees now and considering that career surely over, there's always a bully in the way of actual inclusion. Always. It's always about themselves, right? E.D.E. Bell's this guy's really upset about not getting certain panels, but it's really about her because that's it. This might be a terrible suggestion. I've had a shit week and keep trying to function. I know a lot about con running now. Yeah, con. This. She's a con artist, all right. So funny. Totally understandable. Although I believe that people can change the ability of things without the super rich. It may take time to come with lots and ups and downs. I believe in people too, and I'm here for the long work. This was a hard week. The cope is amazing, my friends. I'm having so much fun with this. I'm glad you are talking about these programming things because I still believe conventions are important, and, well, I have a lot of thoughts on programming. Smiley face. So basically, it's like, you give me clout, I'll give you clout. Oh yeah, let's clout together. It's just a big circle jerk. Now, this is where he got into it with Kate Elliott from SIFWA. And she's been a long time she/her who's been out there and in her entire careers, again, based on this entire thing here, the feminism in science fiction and the like. It's indicative of a lot that still goes on and on and on. To me, at Con, I'm happy to talk about a long list, but I would prefer not to be on a panel about women in fantasy. Con assigns me to one panel on women in fantasy. Well, I mean, honestly, it's your entire grift, people. I keep saying this. Like, this is all you do. You have nothing else. You are not talented. But it is. My fave was the time I hesitantly added hearing loss to a questionnaire on do you have a disability, because it can occasionally be an issue, though I wear hearing aids. And I mentioned I have written a YA trilogy, the compounding on disability representation in YA literature. I declined. That's hilarious, but also annoying. I would have declined as well because WTF. Really, really funny stuff. And then, of course, he talks about the danger of organizing these kind of panels, using only the thinnest veneer of someone's identity as a proxy for actually finding people with knowledge and engagement in a community. I think Yoon-Ha Lee, another diversity token, wrote this about this on the SIFWA blog. So they've been demanding diversity tokenism for years. They've demanded that we push this diversity, equity, and inclusion on everything. They have it. All these conventions do this. I signed up a questionnaire for a convention. I tried to get going on one. I mean, none of these people will ever, of course, allow us into these sort of things. If we do, I'll report on it. And if I report on it, they'll probably cancel us. And it's just how it goes. But we have a huge fan base over here. I sell far more books than any of these people. And it's really ridiculous that these people complain. They got what they want. They get these panel rooms of 5 people on a panel, but there's 2 people in the audience. and nobody watches them. And then they just complain that they don't get enough. Dance the exotic dance for me is what this is about. And it's all about Yoon Ali complaining that he's brought in as the token Asian. I'm troubled by authenticity, to weaponize selectively as a cage, to gatekeep acceptable stories and topics for some authors and not for others. Yeah. Cry me a river. As a person who's been blacklisted just for not having the right opinions on things, I have no sympathy for any of these people whatsoever. So they asked for their reward, they got it, and they complained about it when they got it, and it's just funny to watch. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here. We have way more people watching all of these videos than watch any of these people or buy any of their books, and that's so amusing because, at the end of the day, the consumers speak, the real readers speak, and you guys have spoken, and you're about us. You're about real science fiction. You're not about this nonsense. I appreciate you for being there. Hit the like and subscribe button. Please check out The Stars Entwined. It's 2 sequels on print, ebook, and audio. It's in the description below. Thank you guys so much for being there.